Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. If Congressman Israel is Exhibit A for healthcare reform, I am going to be Exhibit B. As you can hear from my voice, I am fighting off a cold. For those of you who have children, especially little ones, you probably are very familiar with the thought that daycare is just a festering petri dish of bacteria. And whatever they catch there, they bring home. But nevertheless, thank you very much. Thanks to CED, to the Alliance, to all of you for the invitation to be here. My name is Curtis Etherly. I cover public affairs for Coca-Cola Enterprises. We're the largest bottler and manufacturer of Coca-Cola products in the world. Let me start in my brief time with a story that I believe captures much of what we've heard from our speakers, from Charlene, from the two representatives who laid out the call of action. And I hope resonates with many of you, and it's just a very simple story. For those of you who commute, live, work here in Washington, D.C., you perhaps are familiar with Rock Creek Parkway. Mm-hmm. For those of you who do not live here, it is a very scenic drive used as a commuter route to get essentially south to north, north to south during rush hour. But otherwise a very beautiful stretch of green space here in the District of Columbia, and it stretches into Maryland. I had occasion to be traveling along the Rock Creek Parkway yesterday, and I came across a turtle that was going across the road. This thing that we call sustainability, for us at Coca-Cola Enterprises, this thing that we call corporate responsibility and sustainability, is much like that turtle going across the road. I am happy to say that I was able to avoid that turtle without endangering myself, the turtle, or any other motorist on the roadway. That turtle, in many ways, is the CRS journey as we see it. It's one that all of us have set out upon, but it's fraught with danger, it's fraught with hazards, but most certainly for that turtle, the reward at the end of the journey is a very significant one. I wish I could tell you what happened to that turtle as it made its way across the road. I'm going to remain forever an optimist and believe that that little one made it across the road. But I share that little story with you, not only because I'm a fan of stories, but because I think it is very instructive. In terms of our journey in the Coca-Cola system, the work has been tremendous. We set out on this journey some years back, much like the story at AT&T. The first step for us was learning and educating and benchmarking, trying to get a sense of how this game-changing issue needs to be applied at our workspace, how it needs to be applied externally with our customers, some of whom you've heard reference to today, be it Walmart, be it McDonald's, be it Target, be it Shoppers, be it whomever. How does this issue resonate with our consumers? Hopefully, many of whom are in the room today. For those of you who may not be consumers, I invite you for a conversation after today's remarks. But we view this as a very, very, as Charlene said, comprehensive issue that has to be integrated across all segments of our business. So as we view our CRS platform, we look at not only the issue of water stewardship, as you heard referenced in the introduction. We are looking at energy and climate change. We're looking at recycling and sustainable packaging. So in regards to the Coca-Cola presence on this playing field, if you will, please, I hope you notice and see a lot of the work that's happening. Some of it quiet, some of it loud. From a water stewardship standpoint, as many of you can suspect, we are a significant consumer of water. That makes it absolutely incumbent upon our system to be, in as many ways as possible, water neutral where we can be extraordinarily supportive of replenishment efforts as it relates to all of our watersheds, both those that are endangered as well as those that are healthy. And unfortunately, that's a number that's getting smaller and smaller. From a recycling and sustainable packaging standpoint, much of the packaging that you enjoy when you pick up a Coca-Cola, be it a can, be it a bottle, we're increasing the recyclable content for our packaging. We're lightweighting our packaging. With respect to the vending machines that you may utilize on a daily basis, more energy efficient equipment. Here in the Capitol, as an example, we've been partnering with the Greening of the Capitol Committee to work around introducing energy-efficient equipment here in the Capitol and throughout the Washington, D.C. area, and long-term wherever we do business. With respect to our hybrid electric fleet, you've already heard reference to AT&T's wonderful leadership efforts in that regard. We too are very proud to speak to a hybrid electric fleet that increasingly is bringing more and more products to market that you enjoy. Here in the Washington, D.C. area, we now have approximately 40 hybrid electric vehicles that are servicing the Baltimore-Washington region. Those are both the ubiquitous, what we call side load vehicles that you may see most frequently in downtown spaces and commercial corridors. We just this year introduced the rollout of a large hybrid electric tractor trailer. Those are the large trucks that service our big stores, our big customers. You will typically see those vehicles on highways and major thoroughfares. This issue most certainly is one that has an external viewpoint, and I cannot stress enough the work that we're doing around trying to bring not only our internal awareness and understanding of this issue to the fore, but also identifying external partners with whom we can work on a daily basis. You've heard reference to something called a public space recycling project. We understand and recognize that when you look at recycling in this country, when you look at recycling around the world, much work has been done, many advances have been made around residential recycling. Many of us, I hope, have made wonderful strides in terms of recycling in our workplaces. The next frontier for us is how to ensure recycling is available where we recreate, where we walk, where we commute, be it on the metro, be it on the street. So we're very happy to highlight for you a couple of projects that we've done here in the Washington, D.C. area with the Downtown Business Improvement District, focused on increasing recycling opportunities in public spaces. We've just recently rolled out a partnership with the National Park Service aimed at increasing recycling on the National Mall. We're also happy to announce that coming in the fall, we'll be highlighting a relationship with the Smithsonian around recycling at all Smithsonian properties. These are all, we think, very elemental and illustrative projects and initiatives that highlight our understanding that not only do we need to look internally in terms of how we do business, but we also need to be looking externally, upstream and downstream, if you will. I'll close with a point that I think was also driven home in Charlene's remarks, and that is this issue of integration, this issue of highlighting the importance of responsibility, sustainability, not as just a do-gooder, right thing to do, and it is on both counts, but recognizing that it's also smart business, that it's also intelligent business, because our consumers expect it, our business partners expect it, and now in the Coca-Cola system, and for some years, our senior leadership, the CEO, chairman, our board, they all expect it. So as we talk about this idea of integration as a business, we think that's most certainly the frontier that all of us should be watching very, very closely. This is not just about doing good. This is about delivering a product, about delivering a service and a responsibility in a consistent way, and making sure that that delivery is incorporated in how we evaluate ourselves, how we evaluate the effectiveness of our business. So with that, I'm going to take a seat, and I look forward to your questions. Thank you again for your time.